Get it while it's hot.
So he ordered this car, I believe new, had a couple things done on it. These are special. Typically they're way up under here, hard to get to, so that's your 2-brake and single clutch reservoir. He had a overflow tank separate on the front here. He's also got power steering. You won't see that on a whole lot of these cars. And it's got a billet remote oil filter adapter. So power steering rack and pump makes it a whole lot easier when you're sitting still to turn. We put this carburetor on. That's a Quick Fuel Black Diamond 750. So no choke or anything. It's all fully scalloped. 750 CFM. They flow about 830, but it's got our tune-up in it. Car runs excellent. MSD ignition. The cool thing is they serialize all these engines, so you'll see the tag in there matches. So they have, you know, dyno sheets and build data on every one of these. So I'll tell you, these cars are one of the things they're known for is they've got a little more room than the average Cobra. You probably noticed that.
Yes, sir.
It's not your first time in a backdraft, I know.
Ain't my first rodeo.
Battery disconnect here. You got your push button starter. See how it starts. It hadn't moved in a while. I didn't think it was ever going to start. It's got that Grubbs tune-up in it. Something else about this car too. This has got a 6-speed in it. So, you know, a lot of these have a 5. This one's actually got the 6-speed. You see how easy that is? So a lot of these cars, you really got to muscle them. I mean, it's, you know, super easy. Car's got 3,750 miles on it. Guy that owns it's older. He's probably 65 or so. It's been well taken care of. He doesn't abuse it. A couple things you'll see on the body. There's a couple of stickers. He's got some French Bulldogs and stuff, but all that stuff will come off. It's got that deep maroon paint with the metal flake in it. And these are actually pearl white stripes. Kind of hard to tell, but they do have a little bit of metallic in them. You get them in the right sunlight. Yeah, so that's about right. 2018. So it was a late 18 build. Backdraft's got a little more room in it. I've actually got to move the seat forward. I'm not super long-legged, but you know, if you're 6'2", you can drive this thing. And you got plenty of room, spacious. Not like a lot of these cars where you're wedged in. The Backdrafts, it's got all the normal stuff. It's their own gauges, it's their own stuff up here, but you've got your turn signal lights. Up here you got your high beam. These will have some warning lights too, like when the fan kicks on, that's an indicator, just lets you know that it's running. These things, they come on by themselves at a certain temperature, so you don't have to worry about turning it off or on. Backdraft. It's got hazards up here. Built a good car. These cars also come out of South Africa. Different plant than Superformance, but a lot of people buy them out of Florida. I think that's where this car started life. Overdrive, and then that's your double overdrive or your second overdrive. So if you want to cruise at 80, you can. You don't use that second overdrive very often around town. It shifts like butter though. That's the good thing about 6-speeds. Have always shifted the greatest. You know, they've got the 5-speed now where it shifts really close to this, but the 6-speed was always the standard, the T56, and super smooth. You almost can't miss a shift. I think it's also got a Positrack. A lot of these come with a limited slip. He special ordered it with an actual Positrack in the back, so you got full time, 2 wheels. Try to buy it, see if he'll sell it. I'm in the flipping mode. These the exhaust on these Backdrafts had that sound. They all do. It's just got a different sound when you let off.
Like fluttering.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just something in the baffling inside them, but that's just how they sound. It's not a bad thing. It's just unique to these cars. They're pretty good cars, I tell you. Some of the new ones we've had to fix a few little things, sort out a few small issues, which with any, you know, they're building these cars and they're just sending them off as rollers, so they can't really test everything. So, you know, on a newer car, one of these, you're going to have a few little bugs to work out. We've seen all of it, but this car is fully sorted, so you don't have to worry about any of that. The mileage is nothing. It's basically just getting broke in. It's been well kept, adult owned, and so, you know, you don't have to worry about buying a car, waiting on it. That's the other deal. They're about 8 to 10 months out right now on new builds through Backdraft. So if you want one of these cars, you're waiting until next year, and a lot can happen in a year. So get this thing done. You don't have to worry about going to the shop, having it worked on, anything. You know, it's got 1 or 2 minor blemishes on it, so the news wore off. So if you get a rock chip, you're not going to try to kill somebody. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You buy a car, let them take the hit on the little bit of, you know, new cost versus what this is going to sell for. This car is going to list at $72,900. A new car right now is about $90 to $95. No, actually, it's more than that. That's what he had in this one, and that was 4 years ago, before our new economy and stuff. No disrespect, but this one was booked out at like 90, and if you go do this car right now, it's going to be about 105 to 110. And again, that's if you could even find a Roush engine. You're probably not going to find one. I think they're about a 3-month wait on all that stuff. So anyway, to me, it's a no-brainer. Buy this one. Really good, solid car. 2 or 3 little super minor cosmetic nothings, but you're gonna get that on a Cobra, man. They ride close to the ground. You're gonna get a rock chip or 2. But overall, paint looks good. We do these videos so you feel confident about buying this thing over the internet, but we always highly recommend an inspection. You know, it's a lot of money. You come down, we'll put on a lift. Heck, if you buy it, I might even take you out to lunch.